This episode of That Boy's Got Knowledge was recorded at the House of Bombshell, located at 3601 Clarks Lane, Baltimore, Maryland.
We are back at it again. This is season 2 of That Boy Got Knowledge, but obviously you see we are all ladies today, so we're rocking with That Girl Got Knowledge. So y'all know me, I'm Rasheeah, and of course we have Janae, and we are surrounded by a bunch of beautiful black women. Love it. So since it's a new season, we're going to start off by introducing everyone. I'll go first, and then Janae can go, and then we'll go around, and then we'll get to it. So I'm Rasheeah. I met the boys through, again, if you want to hear the story, I was talking to this guy, I met the boys, and here we are. So yeah, here we are. I do social media for the boys, for That Boy Got Knowledge, so all the social media, I handle that. And that's my full-time job as well. So yeah, Janae.
Yes, hey everyone. My name is Janae Edley. I'm the owner of Phase Body Bar, along with, I do basically a whole bunch of stuff. So project management, I'm like a jack of all trades, which is kind of bad, but so owner of Phase Body Bar, so I'm a licensed esthetician. I also am a project manager, and I also am an after-school art teacher.
Oh,
that's adorable. So, and I got connected with That Boy Got Knowledge because I've known John Tatum for years on end at this point. Along with Jessica. So, yep, I've just been grandfathered into the gig.
So yes, anybody go first?
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jessica Smith. I am the founder of House of Bombshell. I am the salon owner of House of Bombshell Beauty Parlor, and I'm just happy to be here surrounded by all these black boss babes.
My name is Amanda Mack. I am the owner of Crust by Mac Bakery in Baltimore. Also the owner of Layers the Loft at Crust by Mac.
Yes.
Me and my husband, we opened up about a year ago during the pandemic, and it's been booming ever since.
Wow.
Love it.
Yes.
Yes.
I am Roxie Icon,
Yes.
owner of 10 Skin Boutique Spa located in Charles Village here in Baltimore, Maryland. I've been an esthetician now for 6 years, and I love what I do. Just let me touch your face.
Right there. Going to be my mentor.
Hi, I'm Rasheeah Burrell of the BBBE University. I am a boss babe by nature. Yes, I am. Serial entrepreneur. And I help ambitious women find their purpose and help them to execute their goals.
Basically. Wow. Okay, so I didn't know that, so I'm gonna have to talk to you after this whole, interview. So
we get
first,
together.
yes. So we all know ladies do it best, always.
Of course.
Yes. So our, first topic of the day: do you feel like you have to be ruthless in your specific business environments?
I feel like it really depends on the atmosphere. I naturally have a very masculine energy about me and can be very straightforward and brash sometimes. At least that's what I've been told from people. I think I'm very sweet. But it honestly, for me, it depends on what I've noticed. It just depends on the atmosphere and the energy that I'm surrounded by. Like if I come into a space and it feels very welcoming, very soft and warm, then that's what I'm going to exude. But if it's hard and I feel like I need to be on guard, then I'm just naturally going to be a little more rigid.
Gotcha. So you're saying it's definitely based on environment and spaces.
Yeah.
Got you. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree. It really depends on the industry. For me, I feel like I was born bossy. I'm a Virgo, the oldest of my siblings.
Oh, yeah.
So
Virgo energy.
Right.
Yeah. You're very
I know what I want. I know what I need to do to get it. So it's very I wouldn't say you have to be ruthless, but you do have to know what you want to do. You got to be firm in it. You got to know your value. You know your worth. And sometimes people take that the wrong way. Sometimes people feel like you're aggressive. I've heard that so many times. Masculine energy is the thing that comes up. And it's kind of crazy to me that to be a boss, you gotta have that masculine energy.
Right.
Like, it's feminine. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm me. I'm a woman. I'm living in my femininity every day. Yeah. And just because I'm bossy doesn't mean I'm masculine.
Right. Well, I want to be a man.
Right. Yeah. Do I know what I want? Do I know what I'm trying to...
want to change a tire.
Right. I'm not doing that. I'm not changing tires. No. But, you know, I do feel like you have to have a certain kind of energy. You know, you have to demand a kind of presence so that people can take you serious, you know, and people, you can come across as a professional and someone who knows what they're doing, someone who's trusted. You just have to have that, you know.
You have to be sure of yourself.
You do. You do.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Got you. So I guess with that being said, like what qualities within that space or like within that like masculine, like feminine balance do you think you need to have in order to be like successful in your business?
You gotta be ruthless. Every show I've watched, like Dynasty, Succession, The Prophet, Shark Tank. You have to be, to be very successful in business, like billionaire status, you have to be ruthless. Gotcha. You may have to take a few people out.
Yeah. And I think that just goes, like, ruthless doesn't mean, like, you're mean. It just, like, yeah, like she said, just knowing what you want.
You can't be a pushover.
Yeah, and not letting anybody, like, come in and say, no, go this way. Like, no, I'm going straight. And if you getting in the way, you're going to get ran over.
And you can't be afraid of making executive decisions about your business, no matter who it affects. You know what I'm saying? Even if it affects your children, you have to sit them down and listen, this is what I have to do. Because, you know what I'm saying, we might have to skip a few things because I need to be able to focus on this right here for us to have a better future. You know what I'm saying? So it's just it's ruthless on different levels, but you do have to be ruthless and you do have to go hard. Like for me, I think Beyonce is ruthless. So I mean, I would agree with she goes hard.
Yes, and being okay with not being liked. Like that was hard for me. Like, okay, if I make this decision, oh my gosh, like they're gonna think I'm so mean. They're not gonna like me anymore. Until I realized, like, this is your business. At the end of the day, if these people leave, they can move on. You have to protect you and your business. And if they don't like you, okay, like it's fine. You should rather be. You should want to be respected over liked anyway. So when I got to that point, I was like, okay, I have to be firm. I have to say what it is and make it plain, and that's it. So yes, ruthless, but not in a mean or evil kind of way.
But definitely ruthless.
But straight to it.
So with being ruthless, I see like that's the word of like topic being ruthless, and all of us are like black queens, and you know how especially for black women they like to use like, oh, she's a bitch, or oh, she's this. Like, how do you try to combat that with still being ruthless and still handling your business, but without coming off as like that?
I mean, I'm fine with that. Call me a bitch, but guess what? You're still going to get ran over. Like, you're in the way. Like, you're either on the train or you're getting ran over because you're standing on the train tracks. Like, okay, I'll be a bitch, but...
And I feel like it's still with grace at the end of the day. Like, it's not, you know, I'm not going to sit up here and cuss you out. It's just thank you, your services are no longer needed.
And that's it.
Wow. And honestly, like, who are the people who saying it? They can't be the people who are watching your hustle. They can't be the people who are looking at you, admiring what you're doing, wanting to know how you do it. The people who are thinking those things feel some kind of way because they either want what you have, they don't know what they're doing. You have probably ran them over at some point, and they feel hurt. And in business, you have to take that emotion out. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's the part.
Detach the emotion from your business. I tell people that all the time. You cannot run a business emotional.
You cannot.
Your business all over the place.
All over the place. And that's when you start making mistakes. That's when you start thinking about how people feel over your profit margin. Over, you know what I'm saying? Like,
or the growth of the business.
Absolutely.
Went through that in a partnership, and it was with a family member, and it ended. And she was just like, and I was just like, okay, go. Like, I'm not begging you to stay because you're a liability. You're not an asset.
Exactly. And then it's like, oh, you changed.
Yeah, I did.
I took chances. changes do I have to give you?
Right.
I change,
Yeah.
but we all change. You as
Yeah,
an
that's what I'm
entrepreneur,
saying.
you have to evolve.
Man.
Like if you're not changing, then you at a standstill,
Absolutely.
which means you can't
And
grow.
you're not
cannot
growing,
grow.
Exactly.
Why am I supposed to be the same person I was 10 years ago?
Yeah.
I'm not the same
Or
person I
yesterday.
was
Yeah,
3
or
weeks ago.
People
I
that have
lost
a
5
problem
pounds.
with you wanting more for yourself and,
Hello.
and you wanting growth for yourself is people
And
that
taking
have a
up
problem.
space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In air.
And energy. And
And energy,
Yeah,
that
energy.
part.
And energy is important. Like,
Yes.
energy is
That's what I said. Like when the
Right, yes,
energy is not
yes.
right, then yeah, you have to be more aggressive and
And take over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even in my own like business, I found myself like seeking like validation from people and stuff. And it's so funny that you mentioned that because I feel like that's such like an Aries trait.
Yes.
Like we like literally, not that we search for validation, but it means a lot to us.
We wanna
because
be
we
the
want to
best.
be validated.
Of
We
course.
How
wanna be
the
people
best.
perceive us.
perceive
Yes.
us. Yes,
not
perceive-
validated. We want to be praised.
Praise.
Praise,
Yes,
yes.
praise. Not validated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Praise.
Yes.
Praise
And
That's
me.
it.
and
I
like
need you to
seen
bow
as
down.
it's seen as
That's
like
the
an
queen.
asset. Yeah. It's seen as an
I know
asset.
I'm great, but tell me
Yes.
all the time.
Yeah.
And
More.
when you're not thinking I'm great and you're not telling me I'm great, I'm like, oh my gosh,
Right.
like, oh
Like,
my
then I
gosh.
guess
And
I'm
who else
not
they're gonna
great.
tell that I'm not great? Like, oh my
Right,
goodness,
right.
like now no one's gonna like me,
Yeah.
and now I'm going to be out of business. Like,
Yeah, it's like, and then you
Yes.
spiral
That's a horrible
down.
feeling.
It is.
Yeah.
Spiral.
and that's
Oh
why I
my
had
gosh,
to
yes.
just
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to start saying affirmations and stuff
Yeah.
because it
Yes.
I realized I wasn't able to like decipher between like my actual thoughts of like myself and the thoughts that other people had of me.
Oh,
So
yeah.
It's hard
having
to
to
separate.
Especially with social media.
Girl,
Oh,
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
So get the affirmation app. It
Yeah.
every hour on hour it tells you how beautiful and successful you
Yes.
are.
oh
I
yeah.
downloaded it.
The I am app.
download it.
The I am app.
It's really
I am
good.
at. Oh wow, I'm gonna definitely have to do that. So then also with being successful, like I know you all are very successful women. How do you navigate heavily male dominated spaces? Or if you
Oh,
even
God.
have to like, you know, even if you have to be in those spaces, how do you navigate those spaces?
Confidence.
Just
Just confidence, knowing, being strong in your femininity, like, and feeling like, you know, yes, I'm a female, but I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna shake this man's hand, not also,
give him a firm
like,
hand.
to let him know that
Yeah,
it's business,
sure.
and just being comfortable and confident with yourself, and you know, just I don't know, just being yourself. I feel like confidence is just like the number one thing. Like if you don't have confidence in a space that's filled with men, just stay home. Like
Yeah.
just stay home.
Yeah.
I
It's
definitely
no
feel
point.
like they can smell it like a mile away.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I look at humans sometimes, I'm like, we're just so much like animals too. Like
Mhm.
like they prey on weak,
Yep.
and you
Yeah.
know, like
Yeah.
they can
They play
can
with you.
smell
Yeah.
a weak
Yeah.
person,
Yes.
woman from a
Mhm.
mile away.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
It's in the
So
walk.
confidence,
It's-
like
Yeah.
I think it. I agree. It
Yeah.
definitely means a lot in a male dominated space.
Yeah. I also feel like we are living in the age of the woman.
Yeah,
Period.
I
Yeah.
agree.
I'm thinking like
wow.
what male dominated?
Well, no,
Yeah.
I was
Like,
in
that's
one.
what it
I'm
takes.
sure.
Yeah.
I
I
was
worked
in
in
one,
construction.
and it was
I'm
really
sure.
hard. It was
I'm
hard for
sure.
me
Yeah.
because I'm like, listen, because I'm like, you don't know my struggle. Like I struggled to get here.
Yeah.
I used my social service check to invest in
But
this
not
business.
only do they not
So
know,
you gonna
they don't
respect
care.
me,
Yeah.
and they don't
Yeah,
care.
They don't care.
And they
Yeah.
don't care. And it wasn't until the owner of Nairobi, the wife, she called me. She said, "Let me explain something to you. It's all about how you respond. You
Yeah.
can't respond to men like that, Rasheeah." Because I went off. I was like, "Listen, check this out, homie. Like, I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't play with me."
Yeah.
But she talked me down and she said, "This is how you respond."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? She was like, I really run all of this. You know that, right? She was like, but you know, it's the way you talk to a man.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like,
wow.
okay, she's right. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
But because she was surrounded by men, she had to know how to finesse them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That
so
I
I
think-
always
I think Baltimore women,
Oh,
we
yeah.
already hard.
I mean,
Baltimore
we
women
did.
already hard.
Oh,
But
yeah.
guess
We
what?
already
Do you know
hard.
that we are like the most loved women? Like
Well,
men
we
love
actually
us.
are.
Like a lot of people
They love
love
it.
Cause it's that grit,
Right.
like.
Tell me
Right.
more. I'm not from Baltimore.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, baby,
Oh,
like.
you gotta get your G
I mean,
on.
just saying that she
Like,
has
jump
shown
out
it
and-
to you, like.
Right. She can show it.
Yeah,
it's like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
this. What?
Like we just
Yeah,
not
exactly.
taking. I don't care. Even like people like to joke me like you from the county, but I moved into the county when I was in high school. But whatever, I'm from Evanston Village, but still
Right.
I'm just
EV.
even
Say how you want her.
Right, I'm just like, what's up? But I feel like even if you're from Baltimore County, you still have a certain grit about you
Yeah.
as a woman, a female from Baltimore. Like
Yeah.
it's just a certain grit that you have. We just
you
not
do.
taking anything.
You're
Like
not.
we just not settling for anything. You're not gonna talk to us any kind of way.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a certain flair about us.
For
Yes.
sure. And I would say too, like, it's nice, like, honestly, especially my husband, like, we both own a business together, and it's nice now to see that men are really, like, supporting women. Like, even
Yes.
though it's a lot of dominance, but when you go into that room and you have that confidence in yourself, you know, and you're standing up for yourself and you're true in who you are, men respect that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Men love Baltimore women because we aren't going to take nothing. We're not going to
Yes.
take no shit. We're not going, you know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
are standing up for ourselves, and we standing up for our men, and then in turn, they do the same thing for us. So
Yes.
for me, I'm like, it's nice to be in an era where women are at the forefront,
Yes.
and if you're not going to support us, you're just going to sit back and watch us,
Mhm.
you know,
Grow.
beg,
Yeah.
shine, you know what I'm
Yes.
saying, do
Right.
our
Take
thing.
trips.
Because
Yes.
right, that's where we are with it. So it has become a thing where it's okay for a woman to say she making money. You know, she
Yeah.
paying the bills.
Yeah.
She
Because at one
doing her
time
thing.
it wasn't
Right.
a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
One
Like
time it
even
wasn't
now
a
when I
thing.
meet women that
Yeah.
are like they don't work and they stay at home, I'm like, really? Like, why? Not to like shame them or
Right,
anything, but I be
right.
like, wow, like you don't have something that you want to do,
That you
even
want
if it
to
doesn't
do.
involve you making money, like, but you don't
Like,
have
any
like
interest,
some,
like a
yeah,
passion.
and just. And that's cool because some women are like they love being
They
like,
passionate
stay
about
home
being a stay-at-home
mom,
mom.
and that's
Yeah.
great. But for me, I just am always thinking like, damn, he can leave at any time.
Ooh.
I gotta have a
And people,
plan.
and people change.
Yeah,
Sure
she
like,
changed.
People
Like, what if I
change.
want to leave at any time?
Yeah. You don't ever want to be like stuck or like attached to a person, especially through like finances and stuff like that. Like that's
Well,
scary.
right
I like
now,
having my
in my life-
independence in a relationship.
But I mean, it's all situational. But
I
you
can
get
sign
what I'm
up
saying.
right now to be a housewife. I swear to God, I know how to cook. I clean the baseboards. I'm tired with it. Yeah, baby. Listen, baby. What you want to eat?
What you want to
Well, maybe because I haven't reached that point yet.
Yeah.
man.
I mean, I was
Sign me up.
I was a mother young. Like
Who
I
need
was,
a
I
sugar
had a
baby?
baby at 19, and
Oh,
I
yeah,
have
that's
been,
young.
you know what I'm saying? I'm young. I was
Yeah.
19,
Okay.
had my son, and I feel like back then I was a housewife, right? Like I feel like, you know, I was, even though I always had like business, like different businesses, and I worked, I feel like my job was to stay at home,
Right.
take care of my son,
I see what
support
you
my
mean.
man, feed him,
Mm.
and that was cool. But I always like wanted more.
Yeah.
My husband knew like I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
forever. I love my kids. I got 3 now, and I'm
Yes.
still like, all right, what's next?
Yeah.
What we doing?
Right.
What we
Yes.
opening? Airbnb? You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Where it's always
Yeah.
something else.
But I
have
admire that
Yeah.
about, you know, y'all, because you are bosses and you have children, like, and you're still making boss moves.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
for so long, I felt like, oh no, if I have a child, it's gonna, like, slow me down, or I'm not gonna be able to do this, or I'm not gonna be able to do that. But seeing you do it and be successful is inspiring.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Oh, it's a lot.
Because you
But you
still
do
have
it so
to
great.
You
Make it
still
look
have
easy.
to keep in mind that those children can get run over too.
Oh yeah. They get in the way. It's over.
Like,
Roxie
Oh
is
my
down.
gosh.
Oh,
Yeah.
those children can get run over too. Like, mommy has things that she wants
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
Like I'm to the point in my life, 2014, when I really started building my brand.
Mhm.
Like so many people, like close to me, was just coming for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mother, everybody.
Yeah.
I cut everybody off.
Mhm.
I cut
Yeah,
them
same.
off, and I had to
Get the
focus because I felt like it was distraction.
Yeah.
I felt it was the devil. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because it was like it's a manipulation. Like, 'cause you like it ain't work out. It must be a God must have wanted to
Right.
happen. No, God wanted to happen. You gotta fight through this
Yeah.
obstacle,
Right.
climb
Yeah.
over this mountain, and swing
Right.
through these vines, and
That's right.
fight these sharks.
Right.
And all that. And
But
that's what
also
every day.
understanding that
Yeah,
someone
it's not
told
easy.
me, had to tell me recently, because sometimes I can't wrap my mind around like why people don't just go for what they want.
Mhm.
And a friend of mine says to me, like, you have to understand, Roxie, that some people are just stuck. Like they're stuck in their neighborhoods. They can't see past it. They've never
The
been
paradigm.
outside of the city.
Paradigm
Like
shift,
you've
yeah.
been everywhere.
Yeah.
So you've seen what you can do. You
Yeah.
know your potential. You know
Right.
where you can go.
Yeah.
And they're just like, you gotta stop being frustrated with it. I'm just like, I
Yeah.
just want people to know
Want
that
more.
there's
There's
so much
more.
more that they
Yeah.
can do for
Yeah,
themselves.
real quick.
Yeah.
We'll be back for more.
Hi, I am Jessica Kidd, founder of House of Bombshell, beauty and lifestyle brand based right here in Baltimore, Maryland, and salon owner of House of Bombshell Beauty Parlor. Shop with us online at www.thehouseofbombshell.com and unleash your inner bombshells today.
You say that you love me, is it true? You say I'm the only one that's all for you. Okay, make me feel away, make me feel away. Shawty so damn dangerous, fuck me like I'm famous, yeah. I've been so.
Yes, so now we're back with topic number 2. So topic number 2 is basically set your value and don't let anybody depreciate it. So I want to ask the question to all the ladies. How have you, just throughout your entire journey, not now that you're successful, but throughout your entire journey, how have you been able to set your value and not let anyone like be able to shake that? You know?
I mean, the price is the price.
Listen, that's
And I feel like years of experience,
Yes.
skill, and I'm taking all these continuing education classes. Y'all gonna have to pay.
Yeah.
Like y'all gonna
That's
have to
real.
pay for this expertise. That like you gonna have to pay for this education. So that gives me confidence to charge my worth and let that be that and take no discount.
For sure. Definitely knowing your worth first. Like, you know what your journey was. You know how long it took you to get here. You know the things, the obstacles you had to overcome. And you're studying your craft. So all of those things you have to pay for. You got to pay for my network, my resources. Because it's not just about a service I'm providing to you. It's about everything you get with having me as a brand and a
Yes.
business or an ambassador. It's about my network, my whole entire network showing up for you. So a lot of times
Oh.
people think about, oh, well, I just want a cake. And it's like, no, you don't just want a cake.
yeah.
You want my years of training.
Yeah.
You want my network
Yeah.
of people. You want my followers on social media. Because at the
Hello.
end of the day, you got to think about how people are leveraging you
Yes.
and your platform when you exchange your services with them.
Yeah.
That is
So it's about knowing your value. Like, I know how much I'm going to charge for something because that's how much I deserve to get paid
Yeah.
for it.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
being confident in those things, standing up for yourself, and don't hesitate. Like, people want to ask you a price. You know what your prices are.
Right.
If you
Yeah.
feel like, oh, you're at
Oh,
the...
they know too.
And they know.
They check the
Oh,
prices.
they know.
Yeah, they do.
They know too.
And they also know that at the end of the day, they want you, which is why they call you.
Yes.
They want you to do it.
Yeah.
So don't come to me and say you want me to do something and try to lowball me, because I'm just going to be like, oh, okay, that's not going to work for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not going to work because respect my craft.
Yeah.
Respect my time and the energy that I'm going to give you, because you're going to get 1,000%.
Yeah.
I'm not doing nothing half-assed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And you know that, which is why you are trying to hire me. So respect my
Yeah.
business
Yeah.
and respect my craft and just have confidence in that.
Yeah.
I don't, you know, when you go to an interview, you know what I'm saying, and you present your resume, at the end of the day, you are making them understand why you're an asset to their
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
And that is what you do in your business. That's how
Yeah.
you show up for yourself and your brand. And people
It's the
are
same as when you go in
Yeah.
for a raise at your job.
absolutely.
Exactly.
And that's what they're going to buy
Makes
into.
sense.
And you make them understand that the reason that they're picking you is because quality over quantity. Like you,
Yes.
I'm giving you things that you can't actually pay me for.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you want to pay this money. At the end of the day, we're not gonna go back and forth.
Right.
We're not gonna do it. We just
Especially if they just wanted
Yeah.
a cake, they could get a box cake.
yeah.
Right.
They
You
can
make
make
it.
Yeah, you
box
can go
cake.
make it
You make
yourself.
the cake.
Right.
Yeah, for real.
For sure. Just being confident, setting your value, knowing what
Yeah.
your worth is,
Confident.
and understanding and asking yourself honestly too, because that's the thing too. Like, we don't start at the top. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
We're
You're
starting
growing.
from somewhere. You're growing, so you can't off the break just be charging these astronomical
sure.
prices.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you deserve
I
it?
was about to say.
Yeah.
That's
There's
what I
a
said.
whole
Yes.
lot of people out
Yeah.
here
Yes.
They have no skill, no customer service,
Yes.
no products, even
Yes.
just the job, and they
And
charge
don't know
a top
anything about the
dollar
product.
because
Yes.
of social media. Got these people thinking that they can do
Absolutely
this.
not.
Right.
So
Yes.
It's the difference
know.
between like, okay, I've been an esthetician for 6 years. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna charge $200 for a facial. An esthetician that's been doing it for
Me.
20, 30 years, they can charge $400 and $500
1 year.
for one treatment.
$60, like,
And
no, it's
and they're
cheaper
going
than
people
that.
are going to pay that because they're paying for the. Like, you've been an esthetician for 20 years. You
Yes.
treat everybody in this room. She probably
Yes.
just look at your skin and be like, you
And
need to
know.
do this. You
Yeah,
need to do this,
literally,
you need to do this, you need to do that.
literally.
Without
Oh my
even
gosh.
touching the skin. Like, it's just a matter
Wow.
of the experience,
Yeah,
that
the
you have,
experience.
the quality,
Yeah.
the
I
knowledge
think
that you have.
as an entrepreneur, you really set the tone
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
your value.
Yes.
Like you said, coming in, everybody starts at the bottom, but
Yeah.
you really can start at the top for real.
Yeah, you can start where you want. It's up to you.
Yeah,
how
it's really
aggressive
up
it
to you.
is,
Yeah,
how
because a lot of
aggressive you
people
wanna
like
be.
Bishme, right? They make
Yeah.
the clothes.
Yeah.
He has never been to design school.
Yeah.
But he can
Nah.
design, he can sit there and draw what you want and say, is this what you want?
Wow.
And he makes it.
Mhm.
And he
Yeah.
never went to school for it.
Yeah.
Wow.
He, some people are just that gifted.
Gifted.
Even with
Yes.
myself, I'm gifted when it comes to the marketing and all. People like, how did you know this? I'm like, I just
Yeah.
know it.
But also
Yes.
understanding that you never stop. Like, you
Yeah.
work
I
harder
continuously
than,
keep
Yeah,
growing
yeah, you
and all
work
that.
harder
Yeah.
than a person that may have been like, oh, well, I gotta go to school to learn how to sew, or I gotta
Yeah.
go to school to get this degree in marketing. Like, you just never stop doing it. You
Yeah.
work,
Right.
you're outworking your peers.
Basically,
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's
you're
what makes
outworking.
your value
Yeah.
a little higher,
Yeah.
or a lot higher.
So I wanted to backtrack some a little bit. Started, especially for me, I know I'm like on the younger spectrum, so
Me
you know,
too.
I'm like fresh in
Me
my
too.
career. This is my first like full-time job.
Okay.
You know, it's my first time really getting my feet wet in the adult world.
Uh-huh.
So for people like me, or for other entrepreneurs who are like just now starting their business, how would you, or what advice would you give them to like build up the confidence to set their price at this, or like know their self-worth to like, oh, well, you know, I got a little experience under my belt, I can charge this, or I maybe need to, how do you, what
Continue education.
Confidence.
Continuing education.
That gives you
gotta,
a lot of confidence.
Yes, you have to educate yourself. That is what is going to give you, especially like y'all, I forget what you said you do, but I know you're an esthetician.
Yeah.
Continuing education is so
And
important.
product knowledge.
Like,
Product
I still,
knowledge,
people
yeah.
think like, oh, you've been an esthetician for 6 years. I'm like, that's like nothing.
Nothing.
I'm still a baby
Yes,
esthetician.
even me, like, when you
Like-
said 6 years, I was like, I can't wait.
Yeah,
like, then I can
it's
say I
still
know
so
something.
much that I don't know and don't
Yeah.
understand about the skin.
Yeah.
Like, of course, you're never going to tell your clients that because
Yeah.
they're coming to you, looking to you as an expert.
Mhm.
But it's your job to continue to educate yourself so that you can get to a point where you can just look at somebody's skin and be like, oh, I know exactly what you need, but we're
Yeah.
going to do this treatment anyway.
Yeah.
But I know exactly what you need. Like, it's so important.
To kind of piggyback off of education, because I'm big on education. I have an educational company. But I find it when I coach and mentor a lot of people that they can have all the knowledge in the world, but they cannot execute what they're trying to do because they have no confidence in their business.
Confidence.
So if you don't have any you ever see somebody on social media, you be like, how is this person, why they think they job, why they think
Yeah.
their braids look good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are so confident.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like they get the clientele because of their confidence.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody that knows the skill, they know what they're doing, all that,
Yes.
and cannot grab a clientele because they're afraid to pass out business cards.
Yes.
Business cards.
They're afraid
Yeah.
to network. They're afraid to
Yes.
post on their social media.
Yes.
pages. They're afraid to go live.
Yes.
For sure.
You
And
have that confidence in
also
your
includes-
business.
Yes.
It also includes admitting when you don't know.
Yes.
Like, if
Yeah.
you're meeting with the client, just simply saying, you know what, I don't know, but I'm going to find out the answer. That is,
And I'll get back
yes,
to you.
that is
Yeah.
confidence as well, instead of
Yeah.
just like,
try to
Or
make
making
up
up
something.
something.
yeah, like
Yeah.
don't make it up
Yeah.
because clients are always researching on their own. So
Right.
they may have researched something before they came to you, and they
Yeah.
just asking you to see if you
You
know
know.
your shit. Like,
Yeah.
And also, experience is the best teacher. You
Yeah.
know, one of the best teachers. You have to get out there and do. When you're starting
Yes.
a business or a brand, network. Go out to these events. Don't be afraid to show up and exchange your services. You know, a lot of times people just want something for nothing, right? Like, you have to be willing to put in the work. And sometimes collaboration will really get you a long way. Sometimes
Yes.
going there
I'm
and
big
knowing
on
like,
collaboration.
this is going to be a great experience for me. I'm going to pop up at somebody's business. exchange my brand. If I'm making cookies, if I'm a social media manager, you're going out, you're capturing film.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're capturing a story. Make sure that your stuff is the best. Post your stories and make sure that every time somebody comes to your page and is looking at your feed, it's the best representation of you and your services that you provide. Because really, it's about showing somebody, that's your portfolio. It's like, hey, listen, this is my new brand that I'm starting. I don't really have a lot of clients. I'm just starting out. I really want to learn. This is something that I've done so far. Here's my work. You're archiving your stories. Show them that. Send them those things. You can actually share the links to your Instagram stories, your feed. Show all of that stuff, because you getting out there and doing the work and showing up, networking at these events, exchanging your services. That is the work. That is you starting somewhere and starting for you to have confidence in yourself and your abilities. Yeah. And then people will see that. And sometimes, especially with new businesses who can't really afford a social media manager, they will be interested in like, okay, sure, you can come to my business, take some, social media videos, post it, and I can share, and you can share, and thinking about the next thing, thinking about how can I make this look better, what filters can I put on this, what new apps are out, and just always being ahead of the curve, not being afraid to jump out there and experience things on your own as a beginner.
Because you're going to fail your way always.
Yeah, you will. And being confident in that that you don't know. You
tumble on down.
You got to be able to put yourself out there. Absolutely.
You can't be afraid of failure.
No.
Like, you can't be afraid of no's. You can't be afraid of losing and all that kind of stuff, because that's what makes you a great entrepreneur at the end of the day. No entrepreneur out here. The guy that owned FedEx, he's about to lose FedEx. He went to the casino and took the last $5,000 from payroll, and he hit big and was able to make payroll. He's about to lose his company. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. So you can't, like, big companies, everybody goes through this period. He was like, either now or they like,
all or nothing.
If you real, right now.
And that stuff does happen because that's when your faith kicks in. Like I always say, my faith account is on 100,000. My bank account might be in the negative, but my faith account is up here. Because when I started my company, I had a flyer and a dream. That's it. And I went around to every salon. She'll tell you, for 6 months straight. It took me 12 months to put together an event. I spent $40,000 for a 2-day event, and I had no money when I started. I raised $65,000 in 6 months for my event. With a flyer going around and just with strategy. And I had a script. So every time I seen a stylist, a barber, a 5-year-old kid. And you can't be afraid of the rejection. People would throw my flyers on the ground. I don't care.
Right.
I was ready at Barnum Brothers passing them out. I had I didn't have no clothes. I had a suitcase full of flyers down at Barnum Brothers passing it out. And I no paid advertisement, no nothing. I didn't pay for advertisement, and my last event had 650 people there. My highest ticket was $420 something.
Wow.
Yeah, with celebrity guests.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
so
amazing.
And I started with nothing, with no money. All my bills. I was behind on my bills and my dreams. Everything was due. Gas, electric, everything. And I'm gonna tell you something. Let me tell you something about faith. I ain't going. I'm being transparent. The day I was walking out my door to go pay for the venue, I had to put $4,500 down. Do you know BG&E was at my door turning my gas electric off for $4,500?
Whoa.
I said, you go and do what you gotta do. I'm on my way to pay for this venue.
Yeah.
I went and stayed at the Sheraton Hotel for like about a week and with the energy assistance and got that fit. I said my dreams is bigger than this feed. I can't. You know what I'm saying? It was a test. They showed up like, where they come from? Like, we come to shut you off. All right, you do what you got. Listen, you do what you got to do. I got a dream.
And on the train tracks,
and guess what? I cleared $25,000 after my event. All mine. So it's like, are you gonna stop yourself here? Because you scared of your lights being off and somebody talking about you? Or you gonna push that dream forward?
It's like, who are you living for?
Exactly.
Are you living for yourself, or are you living for everybody else? Like, stop thinking about what other people are going to think. Like, oh, she had her lights was turned off.
Sure was.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's absolutely
Lights
fine.
out, nigga.
Because now, guess what? Guess what? Now you at the light show.
I I had expenses to pay. I was like,
It's giving fireworks.
but you know what I said? I said that is a 5-day problem. I started breaking my problems down because stuff will stress you out. Life will stress you out.
Yeah.
And as a person, as a human being, you can't just ignore it. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to ignore it. So you have to say, okay, that's a 1-week problem. That's a 1-month problem. I can handle that in 3 months. I can handle that in 2 weeks.
I never thought
I don't.
about it like that.
I don't put all my problems on me at one time, girl. Please.
Yeah. No, that's
I'm not stressing out about nothing.
Overwhelm yourself.
Yes.
And you
And
look at
anxiety.
kids.
Oh my God.
Yes.
You be so skinny and don't even know that you lost all this weight.
Give me a
I'm about to say, wait a minute. Anxiety.
For real. Wow. I never thought about it like that. Like, yeah.
A lot of people
That's
that
why these conversations
trained.
are important for perspective.
Yes.
a lot of people that I train, coach, mentor, like I said, the one thing that stops them is never money. It's never resources. It's always them.
Yeah.
And I always tell people, I'm not here to sell you on me. I'm here to sell you on you. I've done it.
Yeah.
I got 100 ways to make money out here.
Yeah.
I just need 24 extra more hours in a day to get it done.
Yeah.
But I'm showing you how you need to believe in you first, and then the rest of the world will follow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's real.
you can sell lollipops and become a millionaire.
Yeah, you really
You do it right.
Yeah. You really can.
Yeah, it's definitely 100 ways. Like, and that made me think too, especially because you said you're a serial entrepreneur. Same with me. You know, like, I had a candy store at 6 years old. I did 100 things, and people think like, oh, because you a jack of all trade, whatever. What is it?
Jack of all trade, master of none.
Right.
I don't believe
that. Ain't
that.
true.
I do
No.
not believe
First
in
of
that.
all,
God gave us so many
Yes.
gifts.
Right.
Yes.
But even if you don't believe in God, we
Yes.
have so many gifts.
So many gifts.
Why do you feel like you can only be great at one thing?
And I'm not
Right.
choosing. I'm not choosing one. And honestly, I done probably had 24 different jobs, and each one of those things has helped me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
connections,
It's
those
giving you
networks
nurture.
Yes.
have helped me get to where I am today. I met Roxie, I don't know, my son 14, probably 12 years ago. I had a magazine. I had a magazine that I ran. I started myself, me and my friends. Open Fly magazine. I started that magazine, and we focus on arts, culture, fashion, Baltimore. Did that. Stopped my magazine, ran an international publication for 2 years.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because what I started myself in Baltimore, no money.
Yeah.
Lights was out.
Yup.
I'm at energy assistance.
Yup.
I got food
Like
stamps.
this.
I got WIC. I got all the support. All of the
What do I put here?
Absolutely.
no money.
No money. When I'm at the parties,
Yeah.
we with Roxie at her music video shoot.
Yeah.
We had
I still to this day
Listen.
cannot figure out how I got the money to
Listen.
shoot that video.
and nice. I'm thinking like, first of all, how
everybody
did we do
just
that?
came together. That's why I say
Nice.
it's always important. Do not be afraid to ask
Production.
for stuff. Like I asked
Production.
Jessica, like, can you do wigs? Like, you know what I'm
Talent.
saying? Like, I don't have no money.
Talent.
Like, help me, please.
Talented. You understand what I'm saying? Raw talent. Hustle. You know what I'm saying? Relentless. Knowing that nobody's going to stop me. If I want this for myself, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to call on my network and my people and my friends.
Like,
And my relationships.
Maybe y'all person of your word.
Yes.
I remember asking people for so many. We asked people, can we use their cars?
Yeah.
Can you
It
live in your
look
house,
good.
please?
Yeah.
Like, and they were like,
I
yeah,
remember.
sure.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
come on.
Listen.
Like, the whole neighborhood was outside watching the shoot.
Looking at the
Like,
shit.
yeah.
We're
everybody
at
was
the video
like, you would
launch
be
party.
surprised how much people are willing to help.
Yeah.
People
Like,
are willing.
As long
People
as
will
you don't
invest
fuck up
in
that
your
shit,
dream.
they be like, yeah.
It should be the strangers.
People will invest
A
in
lot
your
of people
dream.
look for validation for the people that's around them.
It's
But
strangers.
I'm realizing
it's
that
the
too.
strangers
It's-
that's gonna support you the most. Now
Yes.
those people will come around. Don't be mad at them
Of
and don't
course.
post nothing about them.
Of course.
They're
Yeah.
coming around,
Yeah.
but they
Yeah.
want to see if you're serious because you've been doing this, you've been
Yeah.
doing that, you've been doing this. They like, listen,
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if she's gonna take this thing to the next level. 'Cause
I'm going to stick
Right.
with
I'm gonna take this out, and it's a real thing.
It's the real thing.
Yeah, and so it's like, yeah.
Well, we real serious, okay? They get point for point, but we'll be right back for some more points after
I just wanna spend my life with you all day. You say that you love me, is it true? You say I'm the only one that's all for you. Okay, make me feel away.
Okay, so we're back at it again with the last segment. And so I want to start this segment off by asking what defines you and what got you to where you are today. We going deep.
That is a deep question. Loaded question.
The struggle has been real.
Would you like to expound?
I can go.
Okay.
Okay. So what defines me is my ability to bounce back.
Resilient.
Yeah, resilience.
important.
I've been told I'm resilient. I am. Because at an early age, I've been through so much trauma that I had to learn how to, deal with stuff on my own.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like if I got my eyes set on a prize, I'm going to go at. I don't care what it is. If I say I'm going to run for president for the United States of America, I'm going to do it.
We may need you.
I'm gonna do it.
Right.
I'll do it. Because I put my mind to it.
Yeah.
So and I know it's possible.
Yeah.
Even if I don't even win, I know it's a possibility that is there. So that's what me and being able to still be a dreamer. Because a lot of people stop dreaming. I'm a big dreamer, and I always see the best in a situation before I see the worst in it. So that's what defines me
Optimism.
as a person. Yeah.
See
But
that silver lining.
yes, and looking at the cup half full instead of half empty. Looking at the donut around, not the hole in the middle.
Yeah.
Like all that kind of stuff. I'm a Pisces, so
I was just
spiritual.
about to ask you your sign too.
Yeah,
I'm very
Very emotional.
Yeah, like I
In a
feel
good
it.
way, like passionate.
In a
But
yeah.
don't play at the same time.
At the same
It reads you when you come in the room.
At the same
Yeah.
damn time.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't play with people. I don't even play with my son. So.
Yeah.
No, I don't
For
do that.
real.
But yeah, that's what my biggest, I think, attribute to even to my business and to people. I have the ability to empathize too with people.
That's it.
Yeah, like I'm one of those people, like you can tell me something and I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, she got problems. I'm gonna be like, girl, no, go down to such and such, get that done, do that, do that, do that. Like I'm gonna help you, walk you through that situation because I feel like that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
We can't,
Yeah.
if I can't, I'm only gonna judge you if you complain about your situation and don't do nothing about
Right.
it. That's when I judge people.
Yeah.
That's when I judge you. But if you're going through something, I'm not gonna say going. If you're growing through something, I'll be the person to be there. Like, girl, go ahead, do what you gotta do. You need to put your insurance in my name. Go ahead, get on the insurance policy. Like, I'm gonna help you do that. And I feel like that's why I've been so blessed without even having to do a lot of things that other people, like influencers, have to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To get clients and all that kind of
Yes.
stuff. Like, and I tell people all the time, like, stop chasing money, start attracting it.
Yeah.
Because anything you chase, it runs from you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
inspiration. I had to learn. I'm learning that now. Like,
Yeah, you
inspiration.
can't chase money because you're never going to get what you're chasing. So if you attract it, you can manifest it, and then it comes to you. You're going to open up the door, and there'll be a box of money right there because you have envisioned that.
Like
So-
literally. About
A box, yeah, a box, like literally.
And it may not be a box that shows up, maybe a box that you started saving in. And you're like, wow, here's that box that I was envisioning. Because I started saving, I started having a better relationship with my money.
Yeah.
And that's how I was. I was making money, but I was spending it too. So for me to grow and be a real good business person, I call it a 360 entrepreneur. You young, y'all, people just getting in. She's 6 years and I've been an entrepreneur my entire life. I had a Bell's Bombing company. Like I didn't, I had beauty supply company. Like I got a rental car company now. Like tenant placement, Section 8, putting people in houses. Like anything I touch is successful.
Yeah.
That's because I don't chase it.
Yes. Wow.
You know that it's already yours.
It's already
yours.
mine.
You
Yeah.
seek it
You
and
have to have that mindset though.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
in anything that you do in life, if you want it, you have to already know that it's yours.
Yeah.
You just have to go and get it.
Mhm.
Wow.
And I feel like that is why a lot of successful people are successful because of mindset. Like that's the only difference between me and like somebody else who isn't as successful is mindset. Like you haven't conditioned your mind yet to feel like or believe, oh, I can have this. This is obtainable. I can do this.
I'm
That's the
worthy
only-
of this.
I'm worthy
Yeah.
of this. Like
I'm
that is
worthy.
the only difference
Yeah.
Like
You have to be-
words.
Yes.
worthy.
And it's
Yeah.
so crazy because trauma,
I
like
was-
you saying, because you know you went through a lot, trauma will make you feel like
Oh,
you
yeah.
are not worthy.
Yes,
Yes.
for sure.
Because I mean, I'm still young. Like I'm a baby. I'm only 24. I'll be 25 this year, so
I
I'm
remember when I was
still a
24.
baby.
Yes.
So you know, I'm just
Remember when I
now
was
finally
24.
pushing through like my trauma and whatnot. So I'm still like I go to therapy and everything to like
Good.
learn like.
That's good.
Okay, yes, I am worthy of getting this good job. Like,
Yes.
I am worthy
Yeah.
of love, or just even loving myself at
Yes.
that. Like, not
Yes.
even from anybody else.
Yeah.
And so when you talk about like not chasing and attracting, like I've been reading books more. Like you know, you don't do things out of desperation
Yes.
No.
because when you desperate, it's just not gonna come because it's
No.
everything is off. Your chakras off. Your
Yes.
energy
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
all of that.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I feel
Yeah.
that.
Wow.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, your past definitely defines who you are.
Yes.
I feel like, I mean, right, similar to you, definitely trauma, definitely making something out of nothing. I feel like my drive and resourcefulness definitely defines me. Growing up, oldest of my siblings, mother always working, because she had to, you know, taking care of us was not easy. Single parent, and sometimes you just don't have it. I don't have it, she don't have it, and you need to figure out how to get it. And I feel like ever since I was young, I was always trying to think of like, how can I do better? How can I be better? How can I make the situation better? And even with nothing or with little, just making the most of what you have, using your resources around you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? To support you and what you're trying to do. And I feel like, especially in entrepreneurship, you have to be creative. You have to have that resourcefulness, because sometimes you're not going to have that $10,000 to start your business.
Oh, no.
You're going to have a flyer.
Hello.
You're going to
And a
have
dream.
and a dream. You know what I'm saying?
Hello.
You need to figure out how to make something out of nothing, but you have to have that drive within yourself to know that not only you are worthy, but you want these things. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You have that passion, that persistence to keep going. For me, like I said, it started with just knowing myself, being confident in who I was, and knowing that even though I don't know really what I want to do right now, I'm going to do what I can do. I'm going to do the best that I can to get from step A to step B. If that was me practicing photography, practicing makeup, I'm selling Mariah Kay, I'm doing whatever I gotta do.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To pay the bills.
Yeah.
Listen, to pay the bills, to take care of my family, to support my family, and also just being transparent and also helping to support people when you don't have it. That's the blessing too.
Yes.
For me, like, I come from a big family, and we all support each other with little to nothing. And I feel like that is reciprocated. God knows your heart. The world is going to bless you for being a blessing to others.
Yes.
And I didn't have thousands of dollars in marketing. A lot of my success is organic because people who I have supported support me.
Yes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Those
Yeah.
networks that I was truly invested in, like, it'd be strangers. It's people that you don't even know. And you walking into a situation and saying, how can I be a resource to you? How can I help you? And that in turn, it is reciprocated. It comes back in your business. So for me, that drive to see something and know, like, this might be how it look right now, and where I start is not where I'm going to finish.
Right.
And figuring
Yeah,
out
definitely.
how I can make it better, what I can do, how I can invest myself to make sure that I'm contributing to my success, because nothing is going to be handed to you.
Nothing.
Yeah.
You gotta be willing to work for it. You
And
know
fight
what I'm
for
saying?
it.
And
Yeah.
fight for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just going to sleep with that idea, not being able to go to sleep, knowing like, okay, what can I do? What am I going to do tomorrow? You know, because every day for me, you know, like this topic about how you measure success. Like, you know what I'm saying? What does success look like for you? And for me, every day is different.
Yeah, it's
I'm-
different for different people.
Different people. I'm measuring my success on a daily basis. What did I accomplish today?
Today.
What am I trying to do? What is my goal?
To feed the dream.
Yes, what is my
Yeah.
goal for this week? Because it can't be no big picture if you're not focusing on a little picture one step at a time.
Yeah.
And for me, that is about the drive. Like, you have to have that longevity and the stamina.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship is
Wow.
not easy. Life is not easy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And having that trauma, that helps shape you, that grit, it helps build you so that you can have the stamina to get from point A to point B, and knowing that it's not overnight. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that it's not overnight, being willing to invest in yourself, having that drive and that passion. I feel like all of those things define me, and it helps me be stronger in business, in my personal relationships, and my friendships. You know what I'm saying? Just that past, not being afraid of it and using it to your advantage. It really definitely
I'm
helps
just
you.
getting to that point, like where I'm accepting the life that I was, you know,
The hand that you was
into.
dealt.
Yeah, thank you. The hand I was dealt, and accepting myself honestly. So, yeah. What defines?
Nobody is perfect.
Nobody.
And that's another thing.
And they be
too.
people be trying to make it appear so, like, I know you're about on social media.
Social media is the worst.
Oh,
Yeah.
of
It
course.
is, yeah. No, even on
Everybody's
social
so
media,
perfect.
it's not perfect.
Yeah.
Trust
No.
me, like it's not.
But even growing up with like parents or grandparents who like put that perfection on you,
Yeah.
and it's like
Or they
it's like embedded into your subconscious that you gotta be like this
Yes,
perfectionist
for
and all
sure.
that.
Yes, it's
Like,
how you were groomed growing up.
exactly.
It's like
For
I just had this thing with a friend that told me, you know, ever since I've known you, you've always acted like you were just so above everybody else. And then another friend says, because we were all having a conversation together, he's like, you got to think about how she was groomed. Like, she was in a singing group for all this time, in the music industry. They groomed you a certain way. Like, she had a record deal. Like, they groomed her to be a certain way. So
Yeah.
you can't look at that and think, like, you know, oh, she thinks she all that. Like, that's just how she was groomed. And I'm like, I don't think that you're less of me. I do think very high of myself. Thank you. Like, yes, I do think I'm the shit, but it doesn't mean that I think you are shit. But I feel like the thing that defines me is my ability to not worry about what everybody else thinks and doing what I want to do for myself. Like, if I had let something like that, if I let the thoughts of other people determine what the way that my life is going to go, I would not be an esthetician right now. I would still be doing music or trying to pursue a career in music and probably really not happy. And it's crazy because I went from music to doing makeup. Like, everybody was like, huh? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But in my mind, I'm like, when we doing a photo shoot, we doing videos, I'm like, I want to be the last person, because I was in a group, so I'm like, I want to sit and watch everybody else get their makeup done because I want to know how to do this. And then it became, oh, Roxie, do your own makeup. Like, you're really good at doing your own makeup. And then it became, Roxie, can you do my makeup? And then it just became like, I like doing makeup. I'm supposed to be home practicing, trying to write music. I'm sitting in the mirror trying to draw my eyeliner. Like, I'm going to do makeup and just not worrying about, like, oh my gosh, what are people going to think? They're going to think I'm giving up. They're going to think I'm a failure. And just going with what it is that I want to do. And then moving from makeup into skincare. I was trying to build a business for myself where I could work for myself. I've always been the type of person, like, I can't work for anybody else. I got fired from every job I ever had. Like, so I guess I would have to say,
most of the time.
I guess I would have to say I'm a natural entrepreneur too, because I've never been able to work for anybody else.
3 months out of 12. That's on the time I work. I ain't never had taxes taken out my check.
Yes.
Like, file for exempt. I'm not gonna be here that long. Trust me. I need all of that.
But also being able to have the vision, and then also, like Max said, like, seeing like where you start, but also knowing like that's not where you're going to end up. So yeah, you gotta always think. That's the thing for me that keeps me going. Like, oh, I know it's gonna be so nice one day. I'm just gonna be on my yacht.
Yes.
Visualization.
I'm trying to buy one by next year.
Yes. Like, I'm
I
not if it don't happen until I'm 70. I'm gonna be on that fucking yacht.
Right.
Drop legs up.
Hello.
Pick it up.
Because if you don't believe it, you can't see it.
Yeah.
You gotta believe it.
Yeah.
You gotta. You know, people say you gotta see it to believe it. No, you gotta believe it to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta believe that you can have those things.
That's why it's called that girl.
I manifest myself into a brand new car with no money down
Yeah.
and no pay stubs.
And you know what's crazy?
Listen.
Brand new.
I didn't think I was going to get the car, but I called my mom and like, I ain't had up no money yet.
Like, Moni doing it.
Listen.
Y'all really gonna give me the keys?
I walked up in BMW. I ain't had no money. Walked up in BMW like,
Confident.
give me a car today.
You probably looking cute, wasn't
Give me
you?
a car
Okay.
today.
Yeah.
I had on all black, but you know, I was looking. And she was like, they were gonna give me the car or whatever, but then, down payment, I was like, let's go for a test drive. I test drove her to the salon. Walked her around the salon so she could see.
This is my
I can
business.
afford this.
Yes.
Like, give me this
Like,
car.
you can make it happen.
We
We
came
called
back.
somebody.
They didn't need, like, what we do, I feel like they're always asking for proof of income, blah, 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 blah. And my mother, I told her, I'm like, Ma, she ain't asked for no proof of income yet. She was like, don't get your hopes up high.
That's how
It's not the deal.
You go sit in the car.
Right, exactly.
Go sit in the car.
Yeah,
Because we manifested over here. Go sit in the car.
I was like, wow, like, it's so true. Like, if you believe it, you can achieve it.
Yeah.
Like, I really woke up that morning and was like, I'm getting me a car today.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I went up into BMW
That's right.
and I had proof of income, but,
We can
the
put
game we
that
play.
Over here, I can't afford it. Over here, I can't afford it.
Exactly. I feel like,
I can
but that's
afford a Ferrari.
the thing,
Oh my God.
So, but just, I'm like, wow, like, I really manifested that. Like, I
Yes.
walked up in that place, like, I could afford
You was
it.
confident.
And I was
Yes.
confident,
Oh,
and I was
wow.
like, this is mine. I'm getting this car,
That's right.
showroom floor.
That's right.
Like, she was like, you want to drive it off the showroom floor?
Damn. I never did that.
Yes.
Too fancy.
Yeah.
Next. Look, that's next. I gotta do that next.
Yes.
Wow.
And
Yes,
It
I love it.
Next, we having it delivered to us.
yes,
Yes.
that's
Right.
next.
Yes.
That's next.
And the only thing about that, what's next is you managing that. You can have anything you
Yes.
want. As long as you manage it and
Yes.
keep it, it's yours. You can go get anything you want.
Yes.
You can go get a $5,000 house right now if you want.
Yes.
As long as you keep it up, it's yours.
And that determination that I have, I think that is one of my best attributes and what defines me as a person. Like determination. I am determined. Like I'm going to do this. Like I'm going to get this done.
Yes. 'Cause
And-
look at this.
I was about to say, yeah, we're sitting here.
Talking about it for years.
Yes.
Years.
Just the other day,
Years.
Facebook
Yes.
reminders. You
Yes.
said 7 years ago, I was at your product launch.
Yup.
Yeah.
7 years ago.
7 years
today.
ago.
7 years ago today, I was
Wow.
Yeah.
there. Your product launch.
Yes.
So cute.
Yes.
All the people, all the it people were there. It was so nice, and it's just like when you look back on those moments, and you just
Yes.
like, how did I do that?
Hello.
All of these people are here for me.
Yeah.
Here for
All
me.
of these people are here because she sold out.
Yeah.
I had me some edge control,
Yeah.
some scalp oil.
Yeah.
And was
Listen,
over budget, had to cut full off the menu. People
Listen.
still loved it. People
It was
still
amazing.
Yeah.
excited. And,
Excited.
They was there to celebrate
Oh,
you.
it's-
Yep.
it's
Wow.
there
What you're
celebrating
able to
7 years
create.
ago.
7 years ago today. It popped up on my Facebook.
Wow.
That's
I was
amazing.
like,
So
look
I
at
feel
that.
like that also makes
Look
me
at
think
us.
Look
about
at us.
like the people that's not around. Like when I look at memories like that, I'm like, damn, all the people that was there. And I be
Hello,
like,
that
huh,
part.
the people that's
That
not
part.
around, you be side eyeing
Yes. Yes, like look how much more successful
Yeah.
we
Because
are.
of the people
and
you had
you
to let
still-
go,
and
leave
the
behind.
people-
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We had to
They,
leave them
they can't go with
behind.
you.
No.
Yeah.
Everybody certainly cannot.
Yeah, I listen to TD Jakes and Sarah Jakes a lot, and he mentioned that a lot of times your blessings be on hold when you got certain people around you because
Hello.
because if you're a giver, then you're gonna try to allow them to come in and be
Yeah.
a part of that blessing. And things
Yeah.
like God won't even bless you until
Yeah.
those people go.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm okay with people when they
And
walk out my
gonna
life.
take
I let them walk. I
Yeah.
don't chase them because I'm like it's a reason why. You know what I'm saying? You had to leave, and then I always level up.
Yeah.
No,
Every
look, as you
time.
laugh.
Every time. Every
Laugh on the back end.
time.
I can't wait for people to leave. I be like,
And
Like,
the
what's next?
saying that I hate the most
What's
is
next
it's
for me now?
lonely at the top. It's not.
It's not.
At
It
the
is
top.
not.
You just
It
have
is
a
not.
different group of friends.
Yeah.
amazing and wonderful time. Look at Sierra, Vanessa, and all of them. They
Yes.
all up together.
Exactly.
I be like, why they don't invite me to stuff?
Right.
Beyonce and
Like
Jay-Z.
Beyonce, why didn't I get an invite to the Rock Nation
Girl,
brunch?
I want to go to the Rock Nation
trying-
brunch so
Let me
bad.
tell you, I be
There.
DMing Diddy all the time. Like, why didn't you invite us to the party?
We gotta show up. We gotta
I'm
show
telling
up.
you.
That
We just gotta show up at the door.
Buy a ticket to be there.
and Diddy and
They be like, we got the ice.
I got
Dead ass. I be
Oh my
like,
God.
Diddy. Next year, I know you got me. It's cool.
I know you made a mistake this year. But it's all right.
Right. I'm getting up in that Rock Nation brunch.
Yes.
I feel like I would belong. I feel like they would love me.
I know I
They
belong.
would embrace.
I know I belong.
You sign my book. We done all.
Right.
Yeah.
I was
Like,
looking at
remember.
the Fenty Savage. I was like, let me go to the gym because I'm a being there.
Hey, you ain't even gotta go to the gym. They take everybody. Everybody has
And
their
you know what?
in this
Shoot
show.
me a shot. Like Keke Palmer just posted today.
I saw that.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Keke Palmer posted about how she was on Instagram or Twitter
On
at Issa Rae.
Mhm.
Like, let me just be up in this. Let me just
What?
be on this show.
And that's what
Let
I'm
me be
saying.
up
That's
such and
Hey.
hard. And that's the thing too. Like, you can't just, you gotta show up with something, right?
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
show up and try to collaborate with people and then they doing all the work.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? If you want to put yourself at the table, show that you have thought this through. This girl, like, put me on a show. She got a whole scene and everything.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, okay, come on.
Wow.
You're creating that opportunity. You are assisting. You are manifesting that, but you are
Yes.
also contributing. You can't just show up and be like, I'm going to collaborate with you, but you don't have nothing to bring to the table.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's a great
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
That's a great
Yeah.
point.
Great
Somebody
point.
told me a
Yeah.
long time ago, don't ever, even if you're asking for something,
Mhm.
you never go in like you're empty-handed.
Right.
Yeah.
You always gotta go in like, I got something, I'm asking you for something, but I
Yes.
also have something to offer.
offer.
You're an asset,
Yeah.
not a liability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurs take liabilities. I know
Oh,
I do.
yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I think, well, my husband, he is very good at that. And I think that he has helped me
Oh,
and
yeah.
like be more assertive when I'm asking for stuff. Cause like, you know, my mom, she is married, but she's a strong black woman, very independent.
Yes.
So I definitely picked up that trait from her. So it was like, okay,
You don't
You-
wanna ask.
I don't want to ask for
Mhm.
stuff. You know, I'm like, never mind, I'll take it. I'll
Yeah.
do it myself. You know what I'm saying? But he is just like, no, tell people, be
Yes.
assertive.
Yeah.
You know,
And
like
delegate.
and
That's what I
delegate.
issue with
Yeah.
delegation. I had to let go. I had to relinquish
Yeah.
I was
control.
going crazy.
Yeah.
I
That's what I'm
was
struggling
so
with.
I was so
Yes.
stressed.
Yes.
So stressed. He
So
was like, you
stressed.
need to put people in position. When I got people in position, I wasn't delegating. He was like, okay, you need to delegate and tell people what they need to do. You need to trust who you hire. You need to trust that they're going to do their
Yeah.
job.
Right.
And I finally did
Listen.
it this year.
Wow.
And I have been
You had no
so,
choice to do it.
I had no
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah.
I've been like stress free, like stress free.
Yeah.
And that is self-care too.
Yes, that is
It's like
self-care.
hiring a team, delegating,
Yes.
you know.
And
I
team
agree.
members are so like, oh, I have this, like I'm responsible for something,
Mhm.
like give it to them, like
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
My husband-
Yeah, to be happy.
My husband just
Yeah,
told me.
because they're learning.
Yeah.
They're learning.
Yeah.
They want to learn.
He just told me last week, like, babe, when we cause we hiring right now.
Yeah.
He like, this next round of interviews. Cause I'm like, yes, you know, I just want all the great people and the energy. He's like,
You
listen.
want to do 16 interviews.
He like, listen, we ain't hiring on energy. Like,
That's
you
right.
like you
That's
need
right.
that, like, you know what I'm saying?
You need to know some things.
You listen,
Yeah.
help me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it is nice to have a partner that's just like, it's that balance. It's
Yeah.
that balance,
Yeah.
and you can't do it by yourself. And like, listen, we're not hiring on energy.
Right.
You need qualifications
Yes.
beyond your personality.
You know, I'm all
Yeah.
about
Cause
it.
I'm all about.
Yeah,
just like,
I'm all about
yes,
it.
queen.
Look, that's so
Yeah.
good. Come to
Yeah.
work.
And then I'm
And don't you cry in the
Right.
interview. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
give her
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh. And
I,
he sat down with me on the interviews, and I'm just like, I start smiling. He looking at me like, you bet I show no.
What did you smell?
Right.
No
At the end of the
No
night-
emotion.
Right. At the end of the night, I'm like, I'm complaining to him. Like, babe, I'm done. I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there like,
that
but
is
you was
me.
smiling.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
She's the same one. Oh, she just has such
Yes,
great
that is
energy.
me.
We're
Oh
gonna
my
connect
God.
so well.
Yes.
No, I need
Yes.
skills.
Cause I'm connecting
Yeah.
this payroll
You right.
to my direct my bank
Exactly.
account, and I'm over
Right.
here at the end of the day like, how am I work 70 hours this week?
Right.
And you just walking out here happy.
Yes,
You know
right.
what I'm
And,
saying?
you stressed out. Right.
So yeah, so
Yeah.
so for me, my self care is actually listening to my partner and
Yes.
allowing him to help me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that drive and that passion and that, it's just, you gotta learn how to turn it off.
Yes.
You gotta learn how to tap in
Yes.
and delegate.
Yes.
You know,
And it's
Yeah.
essential for your growth.
it is.
So you can
It's
go and
essential.
do
And
that.
knowing that,
Open up
Yeah.
multiple locations.
I'm much happier now.
But you gotta have a system. You cannot
Yes.
hire somebody and bring them into a chaotic
No.
environment. Like with
Yeah.
McDonald's, it's step by
That's
step.
true.
Drop the
Yeah.
fries for 20
Same
seconds.
That's true.
Drop the burgers for this.
Consistency,
Yeah.
and that's why they're so
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
so
that's hard.
I had to step away from my business
Yeah.
for like 2 years
Yeah.
because I needed to build a system.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
And that's the only way I could hire somebody
Yeah.
because I can't say I need you to do this, but they're like, well, what do
There's
I do
no
after
order.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay,
And I'm
no,
like,
you can
you
duplicate
need to have
yourself.
this going out on this day,
Yeah.
this that day, this
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So I had to learn it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And that's
it's-
crazy
it's
because
system.
that's how people work.
Yes.
It's like because we're entrepreneurs,
We
we can
creatives.
do, we
Right.
can
Yeah.
do,
Yeah.
we can work like this.
And we have
But when
ADHD.
you're hiring
Yes.
people, you gotta have them like,
Yep.
Yes.
And I learned that the hard
yeah.
way.
I just
Yes.
learned that
Everybody
from
don't
myself.
know you're an
I'm like,
entrepreneur.
damn,
Oh
common
my
sense
God.
ain't
So
so
we can't
common.
assume that a person knows,
Exactly.
because like somebody can throw us in and we'll get it.
Exactly.
But
Yes.
everybody, you can't
Yes.
just assume
Yes.
that.
Just
You
simple
can't.
things like answering the phone.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this is a business. Why wouldn't you answer the phone? Hello, this is House of Bombshell.
No.
This is
Yeah, why you
Jessica
saying
speaking.
hello?
How may I
Yeah.
help you?
Yeah.
You know, no.
No.
It's just hello.
Hey.
No, we're not.
Yeah,
What
for
is
sure.
going?
But guess what?
I had to
You
really
did
write a
not,
script.
you did,
Exactly.
you
a
did
script.
not have
You
a
did
script.
it
I
like
had
a
to
manual.
write-
Yep.
I had to
Oh,
write
yeah.
a script
I had
out
to.
on how to answer the phone
Yes.
at House of Bombshell.
Same.
Yes.
I remember
I had to
was
write
working
a
somewhere.
script.
I answered
That
the
is
phone,
crazy.
and I was like, and then I hung up. Like I just hung up because I knew I'm like, I don't even know where the fuck I'm working at. And they're like, you work at such and such. I'm like, oh, okay, the next person that called, I know. But yeah, you would think something like that is common sense. Like
No,
you're
it's
not
not.
at home.
It's
It's
not.
not.
It's
So
not.
So why would you
systems
answer like
are
that?
so
System,
important.
I'm big on systems now. When I
Me
say
too.
system,
Me
everything
too.
has to run
Yeah.
a certain type
Because I
of order
wasn't.
because
Yes.
I need order in my life. I was gonna be like, okay. No, it's like, no, that's gonna take about 3 months to do.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not jumping into
Yes.
that. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
like I have to do that because that's how I became successful because
Right.
I had to every week, every day,
Yes.
do
Yeah.
something in a systematic way, and that's how I saw my results.
Yes.
So I focused on one thing until it was successful, and then I went to something else and
Yes.
something else, and
Mhm.
you know. But it's like them systems
Yes.
are very important.
They
Look
are.
at Chick-fil-A.
They
Look,
are.
every
Oh my
successful
gosh, yes.
business
Those
has
every
a
Sunday.
system.
There's no
Apple. Oh my God.
Apple.
I love
Everybody has a
Apple and
system.
Chick-fil-A. Like I just love their systems.
Yeah.
And
Everybody has a system.
sometimes I feel like, okay, am I just too serious? Because it's a hair salon. I feel like when some people come to work here, they just can't believe, like, okay, this
It's all
is
it
really
is.
being ran like a business. Like,
It
It
is.
is.
Yeah.
First of all, I was a
But
distributor
people-
for 9.5 years. Let me tell you something. That's how I had to get out because I was walking the salons like, what the fuck?
But think about like when we was
Yeah.
growing
It's
up and
terrible.
going into
God.
salons.
it's
Yeah,
no
Oh, we
order.
got state board.
When we were growing up and going into salons,
It
like
was-
black
it
salons,
was
think
order.
about the,
Oh my God.
That's wretched.
oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody
It
eating a
was.
chicken box.
Right.
Somebody on the
Yeah.
phone.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
Somebody
10
fighting.
clients waiting
Right.
for
They
somebody
fighting.
to
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, but I feel like before then, before that era, it was order.
Professionalism.
Professionalism.
Yeah.
You know why?
Everything
Because
had
everybody
big.
didn't want to be a set stylist. It wasn't
That's
that many
true.
stylists and barbers around. Now
Yeah.
it's a trend.
Yeah.
Now everybody's in.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I
And
think.
anybody can do it now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's what it is. We got so many bad apples in a bunch.
Yeah.
We should just call state board on all of them.
Yeah.
Girl, when I was getting a pedicure at the Chinese place, I ain't been to a Chinese place to get a pedicure in a minute. I normally go to my black girls.
oh, I'm
Girl.
always calling state board on
He
that.
pulled out that cheese grater.
Always.
Listen, girl, he pulled out that cheese grater. I said, oh, that's against the law.
Right.
Yes. I love
Oh, and
pulling
don't
that
tell
card.
them. They
Oh.
be like,
That's against the
I
law.
love
Yeah, it
pulling
is.
that card.
If I call state board right now, they will fine them people like $5,000. Michael was next to me. She like, you get on my nerves. Don't be mad because I know the rules.
Right.
Oh my God.
Well, on that note, we got to have a part two. So y'all need to comment. Leave a comment. Should we have a part two? Because this has been an amazing conversation.
Yes.
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 By far, I think this is one of the best episodes. This is a great way to
I know.
do
Y'all hear that?
cheers. So let's do a cheers That girl got knowledge.
Oh,
To all the boss babes.
Yes.
I just wanna spend my life with you all day. You say that you love me, is it true? You say I'm the only one that's all for you. Okay,